Welcome to this session on the intentional living process. This session focusing on marriage as I take you through the steps that I have found in working with people over the years that really works. And I promise you that if you follow these 4 steps that we talk about here in Intentional Living, something radically positive can happen in your life. Not only in the area of marriage, by the way, but it can happen in the other areas that we're teaching in this series. Last month talking about parenting, this month marriage. We're going to talk about our faith, about health, and about work and finances in the sessions ahead as we focus on living intentionally. And this process that we're going to go through is applicable to every area of your life. You know, as a counselor now for nearly 30 years, I've had the opportunity of talking with thousands of couples, either individually or following a conference that I'm teaching, and to hear their stories. And many times when I walk away from a couple after talking with them or counseling with them, I sort of shake my head inside a little bit, and I feel for them and the struggles they're going through. But then I recognize that in many ways it was just foolish decisions that one or both made in their marriage that caused them to be where they are today. Because I believe that you and I can have the best marriage on this planet if we choose to. Now, it doesn't mean it's going to be perfect, but we can have a good marriage, maybe even a great marriage, if we get up every day and choose to live intentionally. And this little process that we're going to go through, I call the freedom process, I think will make a difference in your life. I was thinking about being foolish, and the scripture speaks to this. In Proverbs 14:3, it says that a fool's talk brings a rod to his own back. And sometimes in our marriage, it's like we do something foolish. We do something dumb. You know, we say something, we do something, and it's like taking a rod and beating ourselves on the back, our own backs. We hurt ourselves. And that's a foolish thing to do. Here's the scripture in Proverbs 12:16 says that a fool will show his annoyance at once. I thought, boy, is that applicable to marriage? How often do we find ourselves in our marriage, just whatever we're feeling, whenever we get annoyed, it just shows up and it creates difficulty in the marriage. Many proverbs I think are applicable, but here's one that's very graphic because I think it really shows how foolish we can be in our lives. Proverbs 26:11 says, as a dog returns to its vomit, so a fool will repeat his folly. And many times in our marriage, we continue to get in this pattern that's very unhealthy and kind of a vicious cycle where we do one thing and then we try to correct it and then we do it again and around it goes. And so we're hoping that through this lesson and through this intentional living process that we're teaching during these months, we're going to be able to break this foolish cycle in our life, in my life as well, and to be very intentional in our marriage.